everybody, welcome back. So in this short video I want to talk about extrinsic and intrinsic behavior and behavior management in the classroom. So one of the things that researchers have shown is that the classrooms that the teachers sometimes feel like they want to treat their class and they want to reward their class, which is really nice of you, it's really wonderful, but at the same time you want to be careful what kind of message it's conveying. So you want to make sure that you're not giving out like pizza party for a behavior that you want, that you see them do anyway. So that's called intrinsic motivation, if the students are exhibiting the behavior anyways on their own, and then and with that behavior you reward them with pizza. That's not a very effective thing, because now the students were going to do it anyways, but now that you are giving them something for the things that they were going to do anyways, they might expect that from you from the beginning of the year on, and say, well, I'm not going to do it unless you give me pizza now. Or they might relate, okay, if I do this, this is what I'm going to get. So that's the, you want to avoid that, the extrinsic reward for the intrinsic behavior. Kind of want to stay away from that. What will be effective in the classroom is to make sure that you have a lot of positive words and positive praises, and I don't mean just empty praises, and I mean positive praises for the specific behavior, and you see it and you know that behavior, but you need to express it and explain that behavior, but not in lengthy terms, but be short, concise, but let them know what you're praising them for. Another thing that will help is for students who are not doing the things that you expect them to do, then that's when you want to bring in the extrinsic motivator. So for instance, you see about, let's say you have 30 students in the classroom, 28 of the 30 students are in their seats doing their work, the expected behavior, and then you see 2 of them not doing it. You want to find out, you want to ask a lot of questions. Well, is the work too hard? Do they understand it correctly? Do they know what's expected? Is something else going on? Did something happen during recess lunch? You never want to be like upset at the child or react to the situation at that time. What you want to do, if it occurs frequently, that you want to make sure that you are rewarding the behavior that you want to see of that child with extrinsic motivation, and that's when the extrinsic motivators come in. So let's say this child really likes stickers of basketball, whatever team maybe. So figure out what is it that, figure out with the parents, what is it that, this child likes. You call the parents, give them a positive, what you saw that you really liked Johnny doing that day. But here, and I wanted to get to know you better. I wanted to get to know your family better. And I want to help Johnny to be able to do things in the classroom that's expected. And I wonder, what are some of the things that Johnny really likes. You can even ask him or her what they like, and you can have a conversation about what the expected behavior is. With older age, school age, you could have a contract with them, or if with a younger age, you can have explain it to the students, and they could explain it back to you of what they understand of the expected behavior. And once they've achieved that, they get a little reward, like little stickers, or at the end of the week, maybe they get a reward that they want, like at home, maybe like spend 5-10 extra minutes with mom and dad just alone by themselves, if they have siblings or things like that they would really enjoy. Also something that wouldn't cost a lot of money or strain to the family as well. But you want to make sure that family is included in this positive interaction as well. So that might be a little helpful. Just a quick tip, that you don't want to be extrinsic. You don't want to be reinforcing. You want to be reinforcing the behavior that you want to see, but at the same time, if they're doing it by themselves without the reward, let them just do it without the reward. Don't reward them on top of that and be like, well, I'm giving you pizza because you guys did this. Well, no, because if they were going to do it anyway, let them just do it. And then, you know, writing celebration is fine. Everybody brings in something. But, I mean, don't reward them for that specific behavior that they already will do without you rewarding them, because now that will be expected. That may be expected of them, and that kind of lowers that expectation. And you want to really spend that energy with other things that you really want to uplift the expectation. So that's one other little tip. Intrinsic motivation and extrinsic motivation, it's very different. So intrinsic, again, is something that they will do anyways. Extrinsic is like, okay, I'm doing this because I'm getting this. So most of the time, students will do things because they are doing it. So, and they're also taught to do it. So, you know, let's leave that be and let them keep on doing it and keep on being kind and keep on doing things that they're doing because, you know, they're great. And you also want to be praising them for doing that verbally, and those are very positive things. And I was reading some of the books. Yeah, so encouragement, praise is good. Positive feedback is very great. And encourage pro-social behavior, so if they're engaging in a positive manner, and you would want to emphasize that too. And also encourage risk-taking, like the students, whenever they take chances and try new things, they're like, oh, that's great, you really, you took the time to try the new thing, and maybe was a little scared, but you had the courage to do it. That's really great. Has anybody else had that experience, or has anybody felt? And have a little, you know, give that little space in the class to talk about what it feels like to be doing something and taking that risk, because learning is all about risk, because there is a risk of failing, and there's that fear of that too. So you want to make sure you're setting up a safe environment for the students as well, and that will help you with managing the behavior of the students. And you're also like modeling interest and like enthusiasm, and that's one of the things that you really want to be doing. As you're teaching, you want to, if the students are at high energy level, you want to make sure you bring it down a little bit. You just want to gauge where the students are. If they seem like they're kind of bored and they're kind of tired, you want to bring the energy up a little bit and like really get into the material and really get excited about the material. So, you know, those are some of the tips. So, just to sum it up, intrinsic motivation, if they're doing it, let them do it. And you give them praises for specific behavior that you want to see. That's great that you're doing this. Excellent. Let's move on to this. But don't give them pizza for the things that they were going to do anyways, because then they're going to be like, next time they do something that they're already going to do, you're going to be, oh, they're going to be expecting pizza. You know, like we're all animals, and kids are animals, and they're going to be like, oh, the teacher gave me this. So last time I did that, the teacher gave me pizza. Well, now I want pizza because I did this. That's not going to really work in the class. That's going to be hard for you to manage the classroom like that. So let the students do what they're doing, and that's expected in the class. That's great that you're doing this, and that's what third graders do. That's what fifth graders do. That's what high school students do. That's what is expected. And then you see one or two students who are not doing whatever it is. Then you can give them rewards one by one. Or you could have students really engaged in an activity that will have like natural reward, like project-based, research-based curriculum where the students are able to present to each other and they have an outcome of like final project. Then they're able to see the final product and they can comment on each other's work, and they feel good about what they've done and what they've built, and that's you know, that's the positive reinforcer in putting their hard work into their work. So you want to really focus on curriculum, the project, and whatever they're working on instead of them looking towards you for approval, appraisal, so you know, they could move on to other grades, really having that sort of learning objectives and goals, and feel good about learning, and that will help with behavior management as well. So, okay, so that's one other tip. Sorry, I went over 10 minutes. I'm going to try to keep it short. Yeah, let me know if you have any, like, suggestions, or, like, what you thought of about the video. That would be great. I'm going to try to look at some other books and stuff and see if I can come up with some tips. So, until then, see you later, alligators.